Okay, we have this question here. Our supply function q squared plus 14q plus 22, and our demand function negative q squared minus 10q plus 150. Right, we have to find the equilibrium price and quantity. So step one, you equate these two. PS equals PD. So you're going to say q squared plus 14q plus 22 equals negative q squared minus 10q plus 150. Okay, so it's a matter of grouping like terms together. Now, the way these q squareds are, they're not going to cancel each other out. So here it means you're going to form a quadratic equation. Okay, so basically, we're going to take now all of these terms over the equal sign E. Okay, so we're going to have q squared. This negative q squared, when it crosses over the equal sign, it becomes positive q squared. Plus 14q. This negative 10q, when it crosses over, becomes positive 10q. Plus 22. And this 150, when it crosses over, it becomes minus 150. Equals 0. Q squared plus q squared, 2q squared. 14q plus 10q, that is 24q. 22 minus 150. Negative 120 is equals to 0. Okay. So all of these numbers are divisible by 2, so we can simplify this quadratic equation. We divide everything by 2. 2q squared divided by 2, that is q squared, plus 24q divided by 2, that is 12q. Then 128 divided by 2, that is minus 64, equals 0. Right. So now, solve this quadratic equation. Remember, you get your A, your B, and your C. A is the coefficient of q squared. The number in front of q squared is 1. B is the coefficient of q, so the number in front of q, 12. C is the number without a letter, without a q, which is negative 64. So let's see if we can solve this by factorization. So with factorization, it's a times c. Okay, that is 1 times negative 64. That gives us negative 64. So we have to find 2 factors over 64 that when you multiply them, They give you negative 64. And when you add them, they should give you positive 12. So let's see, factors of 64. We've got 232. That one won't fly. Let's see, 64 divided by. We've got 16 and 4. Okay. Yes. So if we make this for negative, 16 times negative 4, we get negative 64. 16 plus negative 4, you get positive 12. So our factors are Q plus 16 and Q minus 4 equals 0. Oh, not X. We used to X. So we have two solutions. Q equals negative 16 or Q equals 4. Okay. So with these supply and demand functions, a negative quantity is to be ignored. Okay, you can't have a quantity negative 16 units. So our value of Q equals 4. Okay, our value of Q equals 4. That's the equilibrium quantity. Then the equilibrium price, you substitute Q equals 4 either into this quadratic equation or into this quadratic equation. You can use the first one. Q squared plus 14Q plus 22. We substitute Q with 4. So we have 4 squared plus 14 times 4 plus 22. 4 squared, 16. 14 times 4, 56 plus 22. 16 plus 56 plus 22, you get 94. So the equilibrium price is 94 kwh. Okay, equilibrium price is 94 kwh. Okay. Yes.